Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hi Aquarius rising, how's it going? Welcome to your June 2021 Astro Tarot update. My name is Tessa, you're watching my channel. I had to kind of I'm just looking in my camera to see if I have any black on my face because I just lit some incense. It's rising from behind your card over here. I just lit some incense and I haven't actually lit incense in quite a while. I don't like to do it every day or anything like that because I don't like my house to be really smoky, but yeah, I don't know, I haven't done it in a while and I was just feeling it. So welcome to your video. But yeah, I was putting out the wick because I use this, this wax thing that I bought at a tobacco shop. I don't know. But anyway, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to your June 2021 tarot reading. I already said that, but whatever. So this is based on your rising sign, okay? So just make sure you're an Aquarius rising. My mid-month readings are going to be your sun, moon, or rising sign. So this is based on your rising sign. And it is kind of important because what I do is I pull up your natal chart based on your rising sign, and we look at the current astrology that is in effect, what is going on right now in the solar system with the planets, with the zodiac signs and everything like that. And the planets and the zodiac signs fall in a different area of your life depending on your rising sign. So I have that pulled up right now according to today's date. There's a lot of different things happening for Gemini season. Happy Gemini season. We just had a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. We're going to have a solar eclipse in Gemini June 10th. There's a bunch of retrogrades happening next month. Oh my God. And I'm actually kind of surprised that no sign that I have done a video for yet has pulled the retrograde card. And I'm like, oh my God, there's retrograde up and down all of our asses. So that's kind of cool. I like that. So what I do is I shuffle the Astro Soul Oracle deck and we see what specific astrological energies want to come up for you, things to be aware of, certain areas of your life to really pay attention to in reference to energy. So this deck is amazing. I love this deck so much. So we're going to pull cards from there. It's all in there. Planets, zodiac signs, houses, it's all in there. And yeah, no one has got the retrograde card, but tomorrow Mercury is going in retrograde. Saturn is currently in retrograde in Aquarius. And then Jupiter is going retrograde in Pisces June 20th. And then Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces June 25th. So it's oh my God. Okay. Aquarius. So the decks are pre-shuffled. We're using 3 different decks: Astro Soul Oracle, Creativity Oracle, Tarot, Mystic Mondays Tarot, but I am going to give them another shuffle just on camera so we can get those specific messages out for you. I do personal readings. All my contact info is down below. I am going to update my description to include a little bit more of the services I provide if you live in Chicago. So I'm going to do that, but I do personal readings for anyone who lives anywhere. I do natal chart analysis. I appreciate donations for sure. If you really like my channel and you just like watching my videos, sending me a couple bucks is always helpful. And anything else I want to say? Oh, I'm also on a mission to reach 100 subscribers by June, because I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary. I started this channel 1 year ago. I started this channel in June of 2020. And I'm about to upload my June 2021 videos and I'm at 96 subscribers. So I think it would be really, really cool if I can get 4 subscribers in the next few days. And I'm gonna do a special video for you guys if that happens. I'm thinking about maybe doing an apartment tour, because I got a cool, I like my style. I think it's kind of cool. I can show you my plants. I build my own things. I'm very crafty. Yeah, I don't know. I can just do kind of a fun little random video. So I think that would be cool. Currently, I'm just doing astrology tarot, and then I have my Get to Know Me Through Astrology series as well, so check that out. So yeah, subscribe. See what's going on over here. You know, we talk about you too. Okay, so let's get into this reading, Astro Soul Oracle. All right, and then we're going to do the Creativity Oracle. To be honest with you, I hate shuffling this deck because it's really big and these cards aren't really straight and they're very slippery and they're like metallic, so I feel like they're going to cut me up. I feel like they're going to like make cuts in my hands. But it's a really cool deck. There's artwork on one side and every card has different artwork. And then the other side is a message. Is there another deck that's like that? No, I don't think so. All right, Creativity Oracle. Come back here. Come back here. Very cool deck, but not the best deck to shuffle. Just gonna say that right off the bat. Okay, and then Mystic Monday's Tarot, a little easier to shuffle, but still not the best. These like really, really shiny metallic kind of decks are not my favorite to shuffle. There's only one deck that I have, one tarot deck that is made out of this like shiny metallic material that I like shuffling. Which is interesting. It's just the perfect size, and the cards are not as thick. It's the Influence of the Angels deck, okay? So I'll just tell you. The Influence of the Angels deck is also shiny and kind of like a metallic, slippery kind of material, but I don't know. I love that deck, and I love shuffling that deck, so that's very interesting. For some reason, though, I guess the Mystic Monday deck is not that bad. At least the cards stay flat, so that's nice. I think the Oracle deck is just a little big. A little big for my hands. Okay. All right, Aquarius rising, let us get into your reading. I'm going to start pulling from the Astro Soul deck. We have Vesta. Vesta is one of the 4 asteroids that was discovered in the early 1800s. These asteroids represent different energetic expressions of feminine energy, and Vesta is devotion. Okay, so it says devotion right over here. We all have a Vesta placement in our chart. If you're interested to learn a little bit more about Vesta and where Vesta is in your specific chart, let me know. But we're going to go according to the current astrology, and Vesta is in Virgo. I was remembering that because somebody else got Vesta, I think. So Vesta is currently in Virgo. And I find that really interesting because Vesta does represent like virginity, devotion. Vesta represents this like kind of like more pure side of the feminine energy. The asteroids are really interesting. It's like Vesta, Juno, Ceres, and Pallas Athena. And Vesta is like the devoted, it has to do with like, how do I explain it? It does have to do with virginity, and it also has to do with sexuality within a devoted relationship, like a sacred kind, but not like necessarily a relationship. It's kind of like your own sacred expression of sexuality within yourself. I feel like this is a very self-guided energy. Whereas Juno is a sacred union. Juno is like you and another person. This is a little bit more in regards to how you show yourself devotion. Okay. So, so with Vesta currently in Virgo, it's in your 8th house. And the 8th house is originally ruled by Scorpio. The 8th house is the house of the unconscious, sexuality, the occult, other people's money, intimacy, sex, death, rebirth, transformation. It's kind of like these, the 8th house represents kind of a darker, more mysterious side of life. So this could be a side of you that you haven't fully explored yet, or maybe like, I don't know, like you're maybe like I get a feeling that you do kind of treat your sexuality in a sacred way. I do kind of get that feeling, even if it doesn't seem that way to other people. Like maybe other people don't view you that way, Aquarius, because you're an air sign and because you're like, I don't know, you're like eccentric and, you know, social and all over the place. And people don't really see that you have this kind of deeper spiritual kind of sacred side to you. That does see sexuality as like a very special and sacred kind of experience. And I think when you do become intimate with someone, you know, because you guys are kind of known to not show emotion, or you're known to like ghost people or not really communicate or express yourself on an emotional kind of level. But there is a part of you that gets kind of like, you know, where your experience of intimacy and sexuality is like very sacred and special. So this is really interesting. Okay, let's kind of move on here. We have Gemini. We have the twins, and we are in Gemini season. Interesting. Okay, so your fellow air sign popping up over here. You have Gemini in your 5th house. The 5th house is ruled by Leo. It's the house of creativity, romance, playfulness, fun loving. Okay, so you're like, you know, you're really feeling a sense of just kind of playfulness. Like you're, you know, you could kind of be a little flirty with somebody right now, you know, showing some interest or romance towards somebody in specific, someone that you're kind of feeling these like kind of vibes with. Maybe you want to become intimate with them. You know, you want to kind of get together with them and show them your more sacred, intimate side. That sounds funny, but so yeah, with the Gemini energy, we're gonna have a solar eclipse in Gemini on June 10th. We have the Sun in Gemini, we have Venus in Gemini, and Mercury in Gemini, and Venus and Mercury are currently conjunct. So yeah, there is definitely a bit of love in the air. You know, there is a bit of that feeling of kind of like wanting to, you know, not necessarily experience companionship, but just kind of experience the, you know, that fun, playful kind of side to intimacy. You know, it doesn't have to be anything serious. Like, I don't think that you're really looking for anything serious right now, necessarily. And if you are, I feel like this could be advice to just kind of like start things off in a more like playful kind of manner, like playful and flirty and childlike, because there is sacredness in that, you know, and, you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being an adult and, you know, kind of like treating sex as a, you know, as like, I'm not saying act like a virgin if you're a virgin, but like, you know, like there's a childlike sense of wonder sometimes with people that we're attracted to. And we, you know, we want to take that next step with them, but, you know, maybe we're a little shy or nervous, you know, and like you just kind of think about how kids act. Like children are very curious. I'm just going to come right out and say it. Like when I was a little kid, I was curious. Like I was playing with the neighbors, you know what I'm saying? Like we were always getting ourselves into some weird shit. So like children are very curious, you know, they're very curious about their bodies. They're very curious about sensations. And, that's just, you know, I'm talking to, you know, this is an adult channel, but like, I'm just saying that, you know, there's nothing wrong with kind of, you know, feeling that kind of way around somebody as an adult. And like two adults kind of exploring that more innocent, you know, that more innocent kind of sexual nature. And that's exactly what Vesta is. Vesta kind of brings out this more like virginal like kind of side to us, even if we're not virgins. So you know, it allows us to experience sex as if we're experiencing it for the first time, because technically when you do get involved with a person sexually for the first time. You are experiencing it for the first time with that person. And maybe that's something we shouldn't forget, you know, like if you're not someone who's ready to settle down quite yet with one person, you know, why not kind of, you know, approach sexuality with that kind of mentality as if you're doing it for the first time, because it is with a new person and it's special, right? Okay, so Aquarius, I hope that's making sense. For the next card, we have the first quarter moon phase. I love getting these moon phase cards because we are going to pull out a specific date for you. So let's see what the first quarter moon has for you. Making decisions, obstacles, taking action, momentum. Okay, I don't know. I keep getting the vibe that there's someone that you're interested in, Aquarius. There's someone that you're reaching out to. There's someone you're talking to. There's someone, I don't know, like you're feeling kind of playful with. Let's find out where this first quarter moon, when is the first quarter moon? Got my little handy dandy moon phase app. It comes up, there we go. First quarter moon, June 18th. June 18th, mark that in your calendar, June 18th. And it's going to be in Libra. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at where you have Libra in your chart, some more of your air pal energies. Making decisions, obstacles, taking action, momentum. And that's really interesting because Libra is the sign of like not knowing how to make a decision. And with it being the first quarter moon, which is like that half and half looking moon, right? So yeah, there's some kind of split. Maybe there's two people you're interested in. You could have some fascination with more, you know, not just one person, but two people. So let us see where we have, and you have Libra in your 9th house. Oh my God, of course. And the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, very freedom loving, explorative. They just want to explore and discover new things. They want to travel. They're very curious, full of like life and wisdom and just inspiration. And, you know, Sagittarians love to explore. They love to kind of keep their options open a little bit. So there can definitely be more than one person that you're interested in over here that you're either talking to or you want to be talking to. And, you know, overall, the advice or the message here is like keep things playful, keep things innocent, like keep things curious, especially with Gemini energy here. And just like learn, you know, like be like a kid again. Okay, let's get into these messages from the Creativity Oracle. We have flash. Interesting. I'll show you the image. It says, a creative flash of inspiration will come to you and quickly give you the perfect solution. Interesting. Okay, little flash of insight. This can happen around the solar eclipse because the solar eclipses are very, very, very good for flashes of inspiration. Like just kind of like this aha kind of spiritual moment of just like, oh, and you feel inspired and you're just like ready to take action. So you're going to have some kind of flash of insight and inspiration, and it's like you're going to know what to do, okay? So maybe like if you are trying to like juggle a couple different people here, you might come up with a, you know, a solution as to how you're going to kind of approach the situation and how you're going to communicate about the situation. And like what's the best way to kind of like deal, you know, what's the best way to, you know, maneuver and navigate something like that. We have transformation. Allow the energy of fear to be transformed by love, creativity, and compassion. Interesting. So it looks like, you know, this is going to be a really transformative experience for you. It looks like you're going to learn some things, you know, I mean, you know, when you're bringing, of course, when you're bringing outside energy and other people into your life, you have no idea how they're going to transform your lives. So this can be a very transformative experience for you in terms of like learning about this situation and how you want to, you know, kind of maneuver it. And then we have risk. Be aware or you will have to beware. Do not deny the risk and hazards that you see. So Immediately when I pulled the transformation card, I didn't want to like say it right off the bat, but I was getting a feeling, and I was kind of like, let's see what the next card shows up. Because I was getting this feeling of like, well, if you are talking to multiple people, and if you are maybe wanting to like date multiple people, or you're entertaining people like that, you have to be careful. You know, not like, I feel like, you know, if you're not honest, about your intentions, you know, that can definitely pose as a kind of risk factor, because just because you have certain intentions, it doesn't mean that the other people that you're dealing with have the same ideas as you. They could have completely different ideas. So it's really important to try and be on the same page and to like communicate, right? So, you know, and, you know, one person might not be as easygoing as the other, and it can definitely create some transformation within you in regards to how you're navigating it. And if you do decide to take a certain risk, you know, and you have to acknowledge the fact that it is a risk, and you really don't know how a certain person is going to react. You know, if you are honest, and if you do say how you really feel, or, you know, if you do something that goes against what someone wants, you know, like if one person expresses something and they're like, well, I'm not comfortable with this, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to like mislead anybody, right? Hopefully not. So yeah, you just have to kind of be aware of the risks, especially if you are trying to like court multiple people, or if you are, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to balance out multiple situations, you just have to know like the risks, and not just the risks for them, but for you as well. Like anytime you bring a new energy into your energy field, anytime you bring a new person, it's going to, like whether you like it or not, that energy is going to, it is now a new dynamic that is mixing with whatever other energies are going on around you. So it's like you really just need to be aware that anytime you bring a new energy into your life, it is going to affect other aspects of your life, okay? Whether it's conscious, subconscious, or unconscious, it becomes a part of you and your energy field, and it is going to intermingle with other energies around you. Okay, so getting into the tarot, we have the Hanged Woman. For Mystic Mondays, it's the Hanged Woman. And this is Neptune energy. Ooh, I like it. Neptune, Pisces. The Hanged Woman is Neptune in particular. So, where do we have Neptune? You have Neptune in your second house. So, Neptune is currently in Pisces. The Hanged Woman is kind of like, you know, she's spending some time upside down. She's definitely in like a spiritual state right now where she's maybe contemplating things. She's trying to look at things from different perspectives, trying to keep things on a like mystical, even like on an even keel, trying to channel those spiritual, creative energies in order to kind of like keep things in a state of fluidity, and creativity, and just like happiness. So she's hanging upside down, and she's just chilling. She's just looking at things from different perspectives, and trying to stay kind of in the middle, you know, kind of trying to stay like a little bit out of the picture, so she can better understand the energies that are going on inside of her and try to keep them balanced, okay? So it does definitely seem like the universe is trying to help you through this, so that you can manage the energies much better, because when we are trying to manage multiple energies, channeling Neptunian energy is kind of the cool thing, is kind of the perfect thing to do when we're trying to manage multiple energies, because Neptunian energy doesn't get too specific in the details. It doesn't get too bogged down in like the reality of it. It kind of stays, it kind of stays afloat in limbo in the spiritual realm, in the fantasy realm of it. And it just looks at the symbolism. It looks at the symbolism of things, because, you know, you know, sometimes our minds are not really capable of fully grasping how we want to handle certain things. So with the Neptune showing up, and you do have Neptune in your second house, and this is all about values and possessions, you know, so you could definitely be attributing this symbolic kind of energy of like possession and value in reference to maybe the people that you're talking to. And I don't know, there's a possibility that you view relationships and you view the people in your life as valuable possessions to you, you know, as a kind of you know, something that you want for yourself, like something that you want to possess and value. So, you know, that could be, and that could be the other reason why you're in a bit of a like, well, you know, you're not really sure how to move forward, because it's like, well, I really want to give, maybe you really do want to give your attention to just one person, and you want to really possess one person and kind of like show them their value in your life, and you're not really sure right now what to do, because you're not quite there yet, and you are talking to multiple people and they got their own shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's kind of just like being in a state of limbo at the moment. Okay, so let's move on. We have the Tower, another major arcana. Shit. So this is Mars energy. We got Neptune and Mars. Damn. Okay. And the fact that this Tower is falling right under transformation, like something is going to come crumbling down, okay? You're going to get a wake-up call about something. Maybe something is not going to go your way. Maybe something is just like, there's going to be some big changes, okay? Something abrupt is going to happen, and it could have to do with a certain individual. You can maybe see a side to them that you weren't expecting, so keep that in mind. We have Mars in your 6th house. So Mars is in your 6th house, and that is the house of Virgo. That's the house of everyday routines, your health, looking at the details, analyzing just the practicalities of daily life, and it's in Cancer. So very interesting. So whatever breakdown, whatever big change is going to come your way, I kind of see this as an outside energy. Sometimes I read this card as like an internal energy, like there are some big abrupt changes going on within you internally, but I kind of see this as being triggered by an outside energy, like a person who shows kind of this abrupt kind of side to them. Maybe they had some issues from their childhood, with Cancer being here in your 6th house. So you have Mars in Cancer in your 6th house right now. Okay, so this could be like, you know, maybe someone is projecting some stuff onto you in reference to like their childhood or something they experienced in their life. And it's making you realize certain things, like maybe you're not really sure, you know, you want to deal with it or not, but it's going to transform you regardless, because it's going to make you realize certain things about what it is you're looking for and what it is you want or don't want. For the final card, we have 7 of Pentacles. This is Saturn in Taurus. Okay, so just kind of like nurturing, taking the time to really, you know, nurture your efforts, taking the time to really like take a look a little bit closer at how you handle situations, taking a closer look at like how honest you are and how much effort you really want to put in to certain relationships that you have in your life. And then Saturn is in your 1st house. So this could also have to do with like you. And that's why I was saying like, you know, kind of taking a look at your own process and how you develop relationships. And then you have Taurus in your 4th house of home and your roots. Okay. So you could be looking just like a little bit deeper at your own, how you were raised and your own. So like this transformation can have a lot to do with like you eventually reflecting on, your own sense of, your own ways of approaching things, and maybe like asking yourself if you've picked up any habits from your parents and what are they, maybe how are you like your parents, and just kind of like taking the time to really look at things a little bit closer in regards to how you've been handling your own life and your own relationships and trying to make it better, trying to tweak some things here and there and, nurture your growth in the way that you want to grow. All right, Aquarius, so this is your reading for June 2021. I really enjoyed doing this reading, so I hope it helped you. I hope these messages resonated. If not, that's okay. I hope you subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you guys next time.